Hey guys, I'm back here. I got this side pretty much aligned. The issue that I came across, I started back here and I fought it. The problem is somebody put these quarter panels on. I got the door on, I was trying to square it to the quarter panel and I ran out of adjustment in the hinge. I'm basically all the way this way, maxed out. So I have no more room to get the back of the door to go further forward. And what I noticed is, I'm not gonna open this, but I kind of explain it to you. So right here on this, from the quarter panel going in to the inner, it's basically a 90 degree. What this guy did, and this is what you guys gotta pay attention to, just because this fits pretty well, this is your ultimate lining point. This is too, but this is going to be your critical. This opens and closes. That does not. But what he did is he made this fit really nice inside here, which is cool. The problem is I'm going to have to cut this quarter panel right here. I've been scribing it. I'm going to take this tape off because it's already scribed so I can kind of show you guys, but you're going to see how tight it is down here. That should be the gap up top. And I have it pretty well figured out. Because the reason why I say that is look at the front gap on the fender. It's perfect, okay? And I know that because down here, Chrysler's had a pretty good sized gap down there where it meets the rocker. Okay, this is about a 1/4 inch and I could shove the fender a little bit further back. But the issue, like I said, I was having, this gap looks pretty decent. It looks like about like the front. And I'm gonna show you, this is what you don't do. And now you can see it. That scribe line that you see, that's how much I've got to take off. As you can see, it goes almost all the way to the door. So the inner structure, instead of being 90, he folded it forward to meet this particular quarter panel. And the quarter panel's too long in this, so it depends on the company who you go through. I highly recommend AMD. Their panels are amazing. These are actually good marks, but it is what it is and it has to get fixed. So I'm gonna come in here and what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna cut right there on the left side of my line, okay? And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut that flange and then I'm gonna basically beat the original inner structure panel. I'm gonna beat it back to where it's 90 because right now it's leaned in. And I'll get all this squared away so I can have a consistent gap. The door opens and closes pretty well. The front's good. This is my last resort. I mean, I've tried everything to get it to go forward, go back, go up, go down, and the fender I got it's slotted, so I got it pretty much in its location. But if you stand back here and just sight down the car, that's the way the car should look. Okay, so the body lines are lined up, the fenders, every body line, like this one here, this meets here, this one down here meets there, and so on and so forth. So that's where the door needs to go. So the next step is, like I said, just cutting that. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that I'm working on the Cuda. Is you can kind of see, I don't know if you can or not, it's kind of hard to see, but inside there, this side, all this is bent to 90, like it's perfect 90. This over here is bent way inboard, and that's an issue. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut, like I said, I'm just gonna cut this, cut it back to where it's flat, basically take a pie cut out of it type deal, hammer it back, TIG weld it, metal finish it, and you'll never know it was done. The best way to do this is, since this is in a press bend, I'll probably end up drilling out the spot welds, and then first I'm going to cut it so everything's going to relax, and then I'll cut both of them. I'm gonna drill out the spot weld, so when I beat it back and I go to weld it, this flange out here that's gonna get spot welded, it could move. If I keep that tight to where it's at and I beat it back and I weld it, I'm liable to get damage in here. So like I said, just cut it, and then once you get it cut, you could drill out the spot welds then, or you could hammer it back to where you got your gap to where you wanted it, then drill out your spot welds and then proceed to TIG weld, grind, and then if you have to hit it back further, you can, and you might just bend this flange after we re-weld it, kind of just back a little bit, kind of like what in the same scenario that it's at now. But that's the problem. He beat the inner structure back this way to fit this quarter panel, and that's what you don't do. So hope this video kind of gives you guys a little insight on what not to do. And if something happens like this, where you come across a car or your car is like this is the only way to make the quarter panel fit really nice, you're gonna have to come in and do something like this. So I figured I'd share that with you guys. And like I said, the front, the side of it, everything looks pretty good. So you guys stay tuned. I'm gonna finish scribing this and then open the door and figure out where I need to start, and then I'll probably start cutting TIG welding and get this side done. The other side, that's a different story. So we'll get to that when we get to that. But you guys stick around, and I'll keep moving on this car. And if you're not a subscriber, click the link below. I'd appreciate it. And if you have any comments, go ahead and shoot me over some comments. I'm willing to help you guys, and feel free to I'll answer what I can. Hope you guys like this little quick tip of how to get this thing squared. See you guys on the other side of the Cuda.